A small business owner in Mount Pleasant knew that she can use her talents in a different way. Abby O'Brien has the story in this morning's Lowcountry Strong.
This is a sound that typically comes from the back of Erica Lynn's studio and boutique. But for owner Erica McKelvey, these are not typical times.
About 3 weeks ago, I had to close my doors to the public, which was 1 year from my grand opening. And it was like a huge shock.
She's usually in her studio making leather handbags.
And I was like, what can I do? God gave me a servant's heart and I need to do something to help. But nurses and doctors don't need handbags right now, so what can I do?
She saw on Facebook the elastic on masks was rubbing ears raw.
And I was like, wait, I can make something.
Some call them
S-clips, mask clips,
or
one nurse called them mask hoop-de-doos.
No matter the name, emergency room tech at Somerville Medical Center, Melissa Newby, said they have been a game changer.
These are stretching and pulling, and it's constant, just constant on your ear. So it does cause irritation, and when our shifts are minimum 12 hours, it hurts.
A company called Polymer Shapes donated acrylic for McKelvey to use. She's gotten more than 2,800 requests so far.
I thought I was only going to get about 30 to 50.
While she anticipates her store reopening, she is using her talents to bring comfort to our healthcare heroes.
It does matter. Those little things do matter.
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed, but in a good way.
During the pandemic, hospitals have a lot of rules in place, and one of those is to limit the amount of people who visit mothers before and after giving birth. Abby O'Brien found one family who still showed up for a new mom. She has their sweet story in this morning's Lowcountry Strong.
Hello.
Harrison Lane will hear quite the story when he's older.
Hello.
Starting with his mother, Marissa Lane, going to the hospital with her mother last week.
When I went in, I could only have my husband with me, and it was different. I was expecting to have my mom there too the whole time.
Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, MUSC limits visitors.
She begged me not to leave, and I had to go, and that was hard. I went around the corner and I cried.
But Melody and her other daughter, Brittany Allen, had a plan.
And I told her we wouldn't leave her. I told her to take a picture out of her window, and we would find a place to sit and root her on.
Luckily, there was a parking garage across from her hospital window.
I went to the store and I bought the poster board and the markers, and her sister went and found the parking garage.
They had balloons and signs that said "Go Rissa" and "Halfway There."
Once it got dark, we could see almost all the action.
Then all of a sudden, the room was empty as Marissa had to be taken in for an emergency C-section.
And that was really not fun with my family not there.
But after several hours, they got the FaceTime they had been waiting for.
We're very excited for our new addition.
They could finally show this sign saying "Welcome to the world."
It touched my heart. It was great even though they couldn't be in the room with me. It was still special that they were there.
An exciting chapter in their lives.
I guess what I would remember the most is standing on the top of a parking garage like a crazy person for 12 hours.
And a unique beginning to baby Harrison's story.
Both mom and baby Harrison are doing well, and the family has met the baby over FaceTime, but they look forward to meeting him in person once we no longer have to social distance.
Well, staff and residents at a Lowcountry senior living facility are adapting to a new normal during the pandemic. Abby O'Brien found out how they're using video chat to help with conversations and celebrations.
It's quiet outside the village at Somerville. Visitors aren't allowed because of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Happy birthday to you.
But inside, staff are still helping residents connect and celebrate.
Happy birthday, Emily.
Emily Wood turned 100 years old this week.
Oh, thank you.
Her elaborate celebration with family and friends had to be postponed.
Can you believe it? 100?
But staff helped her get on Zoom to video chat.
I'm overwhelmed. Thank you.
Executive Director Tim Barisi said they're getting creative in many ways.
Our life enrichment team has done an awesome job in providing these FaceTime and Skype opportunities that have really brought people closer together in times when that's pretty difficult.
In addition to parties, there have been recitals.
I was just going to play a little song for you.
Here, Patricia Geringer plays the piano for her daughter.
With this generation of people, they've been through really tough times before in their lives. They have received this very well.
Oh, that was great, Mom.
Many residents have been quick to pick up the new technology,
I have 2 birthday cakes.
and they're using it to make memories
I have some today.
from one screen to the next.
You better.
Yes.
Better eat some for all of us.
Residents are also playing bingo from their doorways and other social distancing activities, and staff members are going through daily health screenings before they come into work. Don't forget, if you know someone or maybe a group of people that are working to make the Lowcountry a better place during this time, you can tell us about it by going to our website, live5news.com. There's a form that you can click on under the big red box.
In our Lowcountry Strong series, we're highlighting people making a difference during the pandemic. One of those is Oceanside Collegiate Academy's Teacher of the Year. Abby O'Brien explains how the school honored this teacher in a unique way and how she's adapting to COVID-19.
Hi everybody.
From her kitchen table,
I'll go ahead and start recording and teach you the lesson.
Jenny Castle is teaching these freshmen Algebra 1.
Today we are learning the quadratic formula.
Even though it may look different,
We have such a supportive group of teachers and administration, and our students are really incredible.
last week, Castle was on a faculty Zoom call when she noticed something off.
I see our principal, Mrs. Corley, in my driveway. I remember seeing my car, seeing my husband on the Zoom call.
So she opened the door.
And I see these friends and colleagues from Oceanside. I was so confused, but just so happy to see them.
The former Teacher of the Year, school principal, school resource officer, and varsity basketball coach showed up to crown Castle Teacher of the Year.
I was just very emotional and surprised and kind of honored that they took the time to come see me, and it was really something I'll never forget.
Principal Brenda Corley said they had to make it memorable.
She's got a little bit of a flair, so I'm like, I can't do a virtual Teacher of the Year celebration for Jenny Castle. I got to go big.
And they did.
I describe her as the heart of Oceanside because since day one, she was an original land shark, was my first teacher hire. And I'm just blessed that I've had her along for this ride.
Now Castle is back doing what she does best with a new title,
B squared minus 4AC. Timmy got the answer. Go Timmy.
helping these students in a new way.
Bye guys.
She is now up for Teacher of the Year for the district, and she wanted to give a special shout out to the senior class who will round out their high school experience virtually. But the school is hosting a parade for the seniors tomorrow morning. Those details are on our website, live5news.com.
Well, the kids have been at home from school for 2 weeks and will be home for several more weeks. So how do you keep them occupied? Abby O'Brien found one neighborhood using creativity to spread positivity and got the chance to talk to several of the kids in Dorchester County.
This can be a confusing time to be a kid. On one hand, things are different.
We've been doing online learning and it's been kind of tough because of the coronavirus. It's not really like a hurricane, but it's very, very different.
But on the other hand, there's more time to be a kid.
I like to play outside a lot.
These kids in Legend Oaks have been using that time in a colorful and meaningful way.
We are just drawing on our sidewalks to put nice messages to everyone, just make everyone feel happy during this time of sadness.
The idea took off.
We're always trying to keep everyone's smile on their face.
From driveways to sidewalks.
I'm done.
They're spreading positivity one scratch at a time.
I wrote be kind.
Stay strong.
Even encouraging each other.
One of my best friends over there, she's doing a fantastic bright drawing that I could never pull off. It's really colorful.
Showing us all it doesn't take social media to spread a message.
My message is that just to love yourself. Have hope.
Faith over fear, because we can have faith that it's all going to be okay and we're going to get through this.
And proving you're never too old or young to enjoy the simple things in life.
Really amazing kids I got to meet. And don't forget, if you know someone or maybe a group of people making a difference in the Lowcountry during this time, you can tell us about it by going to our website, live5news.com. There's a form you can fill out under the big red box.
A neighborhood in Mount Pleasant has something new built by 3 generations in one family. They hope it will be a bright spot during this pandemic. Abby O'Brien has the story in this morning's Lowcountry Strong.
In a town called Mount Pleasant, a little library stood to help the neighbors in Coatbridge try to feel good. I'll get the supplies, Paul Walters said, while he created the vision inside his daughter and granddaughter's head.
Amy and Lexi came down to the house one day and they had a little sketch on a little notepad with a few dimensions.
Lexi Gravino wrote her own book and had some ideas when she took a look.
The library itself is black, but it has a lot of fun colors, and I think that symbolizes that although we're going through a dark time, there's a lot of positivity and happiness that will end up coming out of this.
The sides of the library say harmony, happy, and include a big heart. Amy Gravino helped create all the art.
It was a real privilege to be sandwiched between my dad and my daughter. This was a happy opportunity that we had to work together.
The family assembled it in this open space, and the book Lexi wrote even got its place.
And the book is actually dedicated to my brother Zach.
When you take a book, you should leave one of your own. As you can see, the collection has grown.
It's more than just a library, it's a sense of community. This harsh time is something that we're all going through together. It's generational.
In Lexi's book, a similar end, but only if we continue the trend. She said, now this town is a beautiful place, full of love, compassion, and people to embrace.
While we may not be able to embrace just yet because of social distancing guidelines, the family hopes this will be a fun activity for the neighborhood. And I should mention, someone did put some sanitizing wipes inside the library. Reporting for Live 5 News, I'm Abby O'Brien.